Well, hello folks and welcome back. I'm out of breath. I've been running around for the last, I don't know, half an hour or so getting things geared around. We are going on a rescue, sort of a rescue mission. Got a request come in to get a couple sites plowed out for tomorrow morning. And one guy is stuck. He's in the 350. Brady's stuck up in Bridgetown. It's like 3 to 4 feet of snow up there right now, and there's like really nothing here, you know, nothing to brag about. Then we got a site up in Cobquid, which we did plow on Friday of last week with the truck and the 4-ton. So they took the 4-ton, John and Shane did, and they got the site cleared out, and then according to the rigging company, they got quite a bit of snow again up there at that site. So I'm not gonna risk just setting the truck up, I don't think. Once I get him out, or if a tow truck gets him out and then I clear up the other site, I'm going to pick up my buddy's skid steer. So my buddy who owns the Hafe Paving, Thomas, awesome guy, I just called him up and said, hey man, any chance you're not using your skid steer? And he said, have at her. So I'm going to pick it up. I would take the 4-ton, but it just takes so long. And when I sent the guys in the 4-ton the first day, I knew I had lots of time. They had all day to get it cleared, but this is sort of like, come on, let's get in and get this done and get going. So I got the hooked up to the 20-foot flat deck. The skid steer I'm picking up is a 5 or 6 ton, so it's gonna be a good amount of weight for the trailer. Be the heaviest I've towed so far with the new 265s on the truck. But without further ado, we gotta get going. Go pick up the skid steer. I've got 3/4 of a tank. I'll probably load up my slip tank, and we'll head it towards Bridgetown. Unless Brady gets out, and then he can finish the site off without the skid steer, then I'll just head straight to Cobquid. But yeah, it's 5:15 right now in the evening, so it's gonna be a late night. Bridgetown will be Bridgetown's gonna be a 2-hour drive, I'd say, from once I get the skid steer, and then it's probably be 3 hours, probably even further than that, probably like 3.5 hours to Cobquid from Bridgetown. And I think the roads are kind of crappy up that way. I'm hearing on the radio there's a bunch of vehicles off the road, but whatever we get into, we get into. We got brand new tires on this thing, so we got no excuses now. All right, well, we're all loaded up, so I'll show you the machine. It doesn't have the ideal bucket on that I was hoping for. He said he had one there with an angle blade, but it wasn't actually hooked up. So this is the only actual tracked machine he had. The other one is a tire machine. I've used those in the snow before, and they're nothing to brag about. So it's a 257B. So I'm not really sure. I'm gonna look up to see what this thing weighs. It doesn't seem like it's a 5 or 6 ton machine, but these little things are pretty hard to judge sometimes. So it actually has a cleanup bucket on it right now, which is not exactly what you want to use, but at least with doing what I'm doing tonight, but at least with a skid steer, I can turn myself and just push it off to the side. I can get a bunch, you know, piled up and then knock it off to the side. So I'll make this work. I've made worse gear and worse situations work. That's for sure. But yeah, it's hard to say how much this thing weighs. I'm gonna look it up, and just to get an idea, I'll give those chains a little tighten, and we'll get on the road here. Can't really see the airbags, but I got 45 or 50 pounds in the bags right now, and it doesn't seem like it's as heavy as what my 040 is. But no, the airbags are a little squished in there, so it could be, but be the first time most weight hauled with these 265s on here right now. So between the 6 tires on this truck, I've got 32, 33 pounds of weight rating to go. They're a heavy duty tire, let me tell you. Anyway, I'm gonna give those chains a little crank, grab a coffee, and we'll hit the road here. We got quite a drive ahead of us. All right, well, we are off. I just looked it up and it's like a 7,500 pound machine. So yeah, it is actually like about 2,000 pounds less than what my 040 is. With that bucket on there, it might add a bit of weight. I don't know. It's probably 70, 77, 78, 100 pounds plus the trailer. So we're right around 10,000 pounds or so behind the truck right now. I am gonna reset my trip here for a little bit, but it doesn't read accurate anyway because of the tire size change. So it's like I'm doing 101 kilometers an hour according to the truck right now, and I'd actually be doing about 107 and 108. So it's off. So it won't calculate the distance right. So it won't calculate the fuel right. But we got quite a trip. We're heading up to Cobquid. So Brady actually got out. He got unstuck. A guy was coming by with a tractor, and he hauled him out at Bridgetown. And between Brady with the 350 and the tractor, they got the site cleared, so I don't need to head there at all. So now I'm just heading straight to Cobquid, which is definitely, I'm gonna say, it's got to be 3 hours, probably 3 hours. And we had a kind of a crappy day today. It was snowing and then it was raining and it snowed, and it's +1 right now, but it's supposed to go down to -6 or -7. The roads are wet, so it's the perfect situation for black ice. So I'll definitely need to keep an eye on that while I'm driving. But hopefully when I get there, we can just get the site done with the 350. I don't even gotta take the machine off the trailer, but if we do, then we will. All right, so this is Inglamport Hill. I know you guys can't see it right now, but you've seen it in a ton of my videos. So I'm gonna see what this thing can do with roughly 10,000 pounds behind it, which, you know, isn't much compared to what I typically haul with the 265s. So going up this hill with my 040 on, pretty sure it pulls it in 10th gear with no problem before with the stock tires. Now we're a lot bigger, a lot wider, a lot heavier. But it's not caring one bit right now. I got my cruise set on 105 kilometers an hour, which is actually closer to 111, 112 actual speed, and that didn't slow down one bit. Not one bit. Oh, buddy. I love it. I love it. I haven't hauled a lot of weight with these new tires on here yet. This is the most weight, and it's not a crazy amount of weight by any means, but we got some slicked roads here. I think there might be, that passing lane looked a little iffy. I hear on the radio in here there's cars off the road everywhere. So anyway, I proved my point, or I proved the test, I guess, that so far this truck doesn't care about the tires being like 2.5 inches taller, 1.5 inches wider. I don't even know how much heavier they'd be. Oh yeah, we're starting to get into some slicky situations here already. Huh. All right, well, this is you know, typical day in the life. It's gonna get slick. If it's already this, you know, the roads are snow covered over there in the passing lane. The roads are looking pretty shiny right now. If it's this bad here, whew, up at that Cobquid toll booth pass, ooh baby. Well, all right, so yeah, quite a change from quite a change from when I left the South Shore. There's a lot of snow up here, and we've still got Another 10 clicks or so to go on this road that seems like it leads to nowhere. Brady is, I'd say, a half hour behind me. So I'm in front. So when I get here now, like I said, we've had this site plowed on Friday, and it was a ton of snow. The 4-ton and the 350 got it done. But now they're worried that, you know, they've gotten more snow up here over the weekend. They got to get the tower crew in here tomorrow. So here we are again. You know, maybe we could get it with the truck. I don't know. I'll take a look when I get there. But man, these trees are looking pretty heavy. It's hard to say how much of this was since Friday, though. Like, we're going in blind, so I'd rather just have... Man, what in the frig? Okay. Got a sketchy little bridge here. Like, I don't even know where we're going here. What was I saying? But yeah, so maybe we can give it the truck, maybe we can't, I don't know, but I'd rather be able to get it completely finished for sure, having the skid steer and the truck here versus sending the truck up here tonight and I get a phone call from Brady saying he can't get it done, and then I got to scramble to somehow try to get it done by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So with these two pieces of equipment, the truck and the skid steer, we should be able to knock it off. So depending on how it looks when I get there, I'll either take the skid steer off and get it fueled up and get it ready to rock and roll, or if it's not too bad, then I'll just leave it on and just wait for Brady. Basically, I'll fuel the truck up. I've got my slip tank full, basically. We'll go from there. But man, this road seems like it doesn't really lead to anywhere. But this is the address that I was given. John and Shane were here already. I think John was here twice, maybe. Anyway, we'll see when we get there what we're into. And it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse as we go. All right, well, judging what it's like here at the bottom, we'll have no issues whatsoever plowing with the truck, but it goes up there quite a ways, and it doesn't take long for it to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's quite a ways up there. I haven't been up to the site yet, but it gets worse. They've told me as you go up, it just gradually gets more and more sketchy. But anyway, I'll wait for Brady to get here. I'm not going to bother unloading the machine. I'll wait the 25-30 minutes for Brady to get here, and then we'll punch this out, hopefully. Try to get down as far as we can so it's not so icy, because the riggers might have a little bit of a hard time getting up here without any sand down, because we won't be getting any sand. Won't be getting any sand up here tonight. But man, these tires on the truck, I was able to back up this hill and get turned around without even spinning a wheel. You can see the tread. These tires are phenomenal. But anyway, I guess I'll just sit tight over here on alongside the road, wait for Brady with the 350 and punch our way up through there. Yeah, this is the one they had the 4-ton on, and this truck last week. Looks like deer tracks there.
Yeah, I just got stuck, and then about 20 minutes later, I seen it in headlights. So and there was only one house back there, and it's like a little tiny home, right?
Yeah.
So I was was sitting there talking to the two fellas that come back. Come find out they got jackknifed. They tried to come up the hill behind me. And slid back over and there was jackknives, so like they couldn't even pull me out. It was a mess. The fellow with the tractor said that people, or he takes care of that road anyways, because his father's got a cottage back past the tower.
Well, I know I had John up there and plowed that once before,
Yeah,
he hadn't had it plowed. I know there was one that John went to that day. I sent him. He had to go to two across the ferry over on Digby Neck. There was one over there, I think, that was done. Yeah, they had some snowbanks here. I seen Shane's video. When they did this, they had some snow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a shitty setup there last place. It was like a foot and a half of like this powdery stuff, and then there was like ice underneath.
Yeah.
Slush and shit.
I don't think there's even power on those poles yet. No, they didn't get the anchors in. Yeah, fun times.
Yeah. I couldn't believe somebody was actually going to come back. Like, I guess I was only stuck for half hour and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and all these people started showing up. So holy shit. What was that?
They actually made it through most of this with just the truck the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane was saying a little bit about it.
Yeah. Lots of backing up and ramming her in.
Yeah, I didn't even really have to plow down either. When I got stuck, I just started to hop, and then my ass end went over.
Yeah.
It did. The plow gear got hung up, which made me high.
That's happened to me before.
Just the Shane's crash.
Yeah. Man, I just can't believe the difference, like from Bridgewater to Bridgetown and like here. Because they were up to Annapolis today, doing a job repairing a gate, and like it was up to John's crotch.
Yeah, that's where I got stuck. I went right up to my crotch, and I got long legs on me.
Man, there'd be snowmobiling up here like crazy. I just wish it would just snow and just stay.
Yeah.
Crap, how long is this road? Oh, this is the last part, I think, the steepest part.
So did you pick up that skid steer, or you just pick
Yeah,
up?
I got it from Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you didn't buy it, right?
No, no.
Draw it, be plowed, or something else with it.
Yeah, that one's not a big one. That one's only like 7,500 pounds. But I'd like to get like a 110 horsepower one.
Okay.
So then I'd put a mulcher on it.
Oh yeah. Like big square push off.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets pretty steep up there. So I texted them the other day. I said, "How you guys making out?" And they said, "We're on the last hill." That must be that one.
Yeah, Shane said he was getting pretty hot. What's going on? John
I mean, geez, the snow here is 4 feet of snow.
knows. Yeah. It's pretty steep.
started looking at second plow trucks today on Kijiji too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty because what's this when you get stuck here in commission?
Well, that or something happens to it. There's the freaking gate's not even closed. Yeah, it's just a long ways up here. The gate's not closed. Right on. There we go. It's a long road. The only section that might be a bit sketchy for him is that last section. This one here might be a little bit. Depends on what they're bringing in here.
Last trailer had quite a bit of galvanized poles, ramps, and everything else on it.
Yeah.
Truck bed, computer and stuff.
Alright. Now we just got a 2.5, 3 hour drive home. Alright, well, back on the road again. So in the end, yes, I hauled the skid steer up here for nothing. I came up here for nothing, but there's no way you're ever gonna know that. And I know some people are like, man, why are you driving 2.5 hours, whatever it is, to do a site? Why don't you find somebody local? To find somebody local sort of last minute is not easy. Then to trust that they're gonna do what you want them to do when your reputation's on the line. And you also need to be, you know, working for these companies, you have to have a lot of certifications, and you know, all your safety stuff has to be top notch. Insurances have to be, you know, very high. Anyway, for all those reasons, if it's feasible at all for me to do it, I'm gonna do it personally, unless I can't do it because I'm limited with my equipment, which is a reason why I definitely want to get it into a skid steer, a big one, like 100 horsepower plus is what I'm hoping for. Anyway, 90 horsepower plus, I guess we'll say. Probably put a snowblower attachment on it, an angle blade, mulcher, of course. But anyway, man, they got some snow up here. I can believe it because I've been doing this stuff for long enough that I know that you could drive an hour and it's completely different than when it was when you left. But man, this is extreme. There's 4 feet of snow up here, and we have like nothing back home whatsoever. Nothing. Pretty wild. But anyway, hopefully the roads stay good going home. It looks like the salt trucks were really peppering the salt to them. I met like 6 salt trucks, so hopefully it's good going home. But anyway, it's 10 to 10 right now, so I'm curious to see what time it is actually when I get home. All right, guys, so it's a couple days later. We had no issues getting that site plowed with the truck. Didn't end up needing the skid steer, of course, but just having that peace of mind, having the gear there when it's so far away is a big thing. But we've got another big storm coming. 15 to 45 centimeters of snow, a bunch of rain, freezing rain, high winds, just an absolute mess. And this truck will be busy, like always. And this one tire here on the front is just so mangled. I'm not sure what's going on with this tire, but man, it is bad. You're not getting much traction out of that. It rides like crap. So They're all kind of chewed up now, to be honest, because the one site that they had to get plowed last week, they did a lot of backing up and pounding into the snow, and something that a skid steer would have been a heck of a lot better for. So yeah, I'm definitely looking into getting a skid steer. See the big chunks taken out of this thing? This one's the worst by far. Like, this is bad, guys, bad. Sucks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that tire off, the one over there for sure. That one's coming off. I've got a spare on the back of the truck, and I'm gonna go get that tire mounted on to this one. And if I have time, I'm gonna rotate this tire here with this one in the back, because this one has much more tread left than that one. And then I gotta get stuff ready for the storm, generators and fuel jugs and just everything, because it's gonna hit tonight and it's gonna last till Sunday. So who knows what's gonna take place. But I kept, if you remember, I had the General Grabber ATX on the truck before. I kept the two good ones, the two best ones. So I'm gonna put this one on, the one that's all mangled, and then hopefully get the other one rotated. All right, folks, so got the tire switched over. Oh, Jesus, slippery. Then the new old tire on the rim ready to go. Back to the house and throw that on. So we decided we're just gonna come back to the cottage for the weekend because the generator fired up. The last time we had to come back here in a storm similar to this one, like 5 o'clock in the morning, we lost power around 1. The house was freezing. We lost power for like 4 days. So this time we just said the heck with it, and we're coming back. This time now, when it's all ready to go, instead of being in a rush. Just got the 2 fires going. I got a couple of heaters going, just get some more heat in here. Ashley sent me on a run to get the necessities. So you got tons of sweets and bread, and bought a new coffee maker. We got lots of water, tons and tons and tons of water, and got a couple treats and chips. We got the storm chips, and literally we got storm chips. The other fire's rolling. It's cold in here though. It's gonna take some while to get heated up. So I'm gonna go home and throw that tire on, get everybody packed up, and come on back. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. And stay tuned, obviously. We got some nasty weather coming. Last time I basically just arranged everything from back here. I got 3 really good guys now. So they banged it off. They did amazing. They all came together and got everything done. So ideally I can do that again. I don't have to go out. I can stay back here with Ashley and Bauer and the dogs and just keep this place rolling. Just answer all the phone calls and tell them what they gotta do. Anyway, so stay tuned. But if it gets too bad, then I'll be getting called out too. Just the way it goes. But anyway, that's gonna do it. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.